What is lock? It allows different types of resources to be locked by a transaction. When users access data, the data is locked so that the other users cannot modify the data that someone else is reading. A transaction is a unit of work submitted as a whole to a database for processing. Where are locks controlled? Lock administration is kept by most SQL products in the internal memory of the computer. Usually, a large part of the computer memory is reserved for this, so locks are not stored in the database. The granularity of a lock refers to the size of the locked area. It allows for multiple rows to be locked by different processes at the same time, whereas table-only locks would allow only one process to acquire a lock on the entire table at a time. What are its advantages and disadvantages? When you lock a row, the chances are that you won't block other transactions. Thus, concurrency is high. On the other hand, there are many locks, so overhead is greater. When you lock a table, the chances are that you will block other transactions. Thus, concurrency is low. On the other hand, there are only few locks, so overhead is smaller. It shows that as lock granularity moves from the database level to the column level, overhead increases. Overhead goes up because there are more locks to manage as we move from large to small granularity. It also shows that concurrency increases as granularity gets smaller. There are three transactional faults: dirty read, non-repeatable read, and phantom row. Dirty read. A dirty read is the process of reading database records without locking the records being read. It is a read that sees a value from another uncommitted transaction, which may be subsequently wrote back, resulting in a local copy of a record that is not consistent with what is stored in the database. Non-repeatable read. The non-repeatable read is a situation where a session finds itself in when it performs multiple reads on data for a specific purpose. It is possible to perform the query in the same transaction more than once and get different data. Phantom row. A phantom row is a row that doesn't appear in an initial read, but appears when the same data is read again during the same transaction. This can occur if another user inserts a record while the transaction is underway. There are different types of locks, but for now, we will only discuss 5 locks: the shared, exclusive, update, intent, and key range. Shared locks. A shared lock is a read lock. These are set when SQL Server performs operations such as select statements or other operations that read but do not modify data.